I chose Molloy's program because I wanted a brick and mortar school. I wasn't really interested in online learning at that point in time. I really like to come to the academic environment and be surrounded by peers in the academic setting.
Molloy College is, I call it a family-oriented school because your colleagues, your professors, they accommodate you. They want to know about your family. It's not only about the academics, it's also about what is happening in your life.
I was living in Chicago at the time. I actually raised our children in Raffles Center here and got my master's here at Molloy, moved to Illinois, and about probably 8 years ago was really investigating going into a doctoral program, getting that terminal degree, investigated PhD and DNP programs in Illinois. But I would come visit here because we had family here, and I would always come see my professors. So I had a conversation with Dr. Ginty in the inaugural year of the DNP program. So she tried to convince me that I could commute from Chicago and be part of the inaugural class. Although that didn't happen, it sparked my interest to really investigate the program even further. And when I went back to Illinois to compare it to the programs that I already had been accepted at, I said, this is the program I want to come to. So what I did is we ended up moving back to New York in 2015 so I could participate in this doctoral program.
A very wise person once told me that when you're looking towards the future, it's very important to put yourself in the best position of opportunity. And I knew that I wanted to go into academia. I knew that I wanted to get involved in research. And I knew that this was a pathway. The way that the program is set up, it's structured in a way that you can work a little bit with your employer, hopefully, and be able to do some time management, and it works out nicely. So they really structured it in a way that's geared towards professionals.
I had access to outstanding faculty and a systematic, excellent curriculum that built on itself.
Prior to the program, I was working clinically as a nurse practitioner, and it was a one-on-one relationship with my patients. I was providing great patient care. But once I got my doctoral degree, I was able to take it to the next level, look at the system from a macro level as opposed to a micro level, and really see changes that needed to be made with patient care systems, policy, financial implications of healthcare. So it really elevated me to be able to see things from a different level.
Working with interdisciplinary programs within the college. So, our first course, you had to take ethics, and then we got to do some business classes, and then we, did education our last semester where we engaged with other programs within the Molloy community. I think that the breadth of the expansion of our education was so important that it got us to learn about the dark web when we were there, learn about music therapy, learn about the business end of healthcare. Some of the courses that you might not typically see were here. We got to go to Washington, D.C., where one of my biggest really memories is sitting like I am today, talking to Kathleen Rice about my gun control policy, which then a couple years later actually came into fruition where it got passed in New York State. So that was really probably one of my biggest memories in that. And then making so many friends that I have still today, and collaborating with the PhD students and the DNP, and coming together and putting our expertise together for a common goal.
Well, the program definitely changed me in many ways, in my personal life, in my professional life. The program actually gave me the opportunity to believe in myself, even when I didn't believe in myself. So a lot of time the professors are, they're pushing us and they're encouraging us. So that's giving me the drive to just continue my career path.
Without the peers, I don't think you can complete this program. We support each other, we lift up each other, we carry each other through during the ups and downs in the program.
We were a group of 8 students in our class, and it was the biggest bond in my life, I think.
In maybe a few months, we became such a tight group. And with the professors, they were you could ask them any question you have. And not only that, Dr. Feig, wow, she is so great. She was like a mother to us.
I think that the professors are approachable and very friendly at the same time. And they encourage students to think critically and also to explore creatively, to bring the best out of each student.
you have connections, in-person connections. They make it easy that all your courses are on a certain day of the week, so that you can work your schedules around it, because obviously all of us, work, but it also gives us great opportunities to work with other disciplines and to be able to showcase our projects, and they give us the tools and the education to disseminate and reach for our dreams.
The program helped me to develop my scholarship. And so it actually afforded me access to learn how to discover and generate new information, and also how to actually apply that new information.
I think the opportunity to go to Washington for the policy immersion was very, very beneficial, because it's not something I ever knew much about politics. I would actually walk away from political conversations, but being there and seeing the nurses that are lobbying for nurses' rights and patients' rights was really an integral part of my learning.
It was just really amazing to see. You get so jaded sometimes with politics, and to see nurses at, on the steps of these senators or doors, it was just so exciting to be able to present our issues to those politicians, and to have that voice as a profession. It was just so inspiring.
On my normal day-to-day basis, I don't think I would have even gone into those offices, the Capitol Hill, and to have a sit-down talk with a congressman or a congresswoman, because you as a normal person would not get a chance to do those things and it was a big learning experience, and it was a fun, almost bonding experience with the other peers too.
At the time that we went, the Affordable Care Act was in the Supreme Court, and so we were a part of a great debate that was going on amongst policymakers and politicians. And so we sat at the deliberations. We met politicians, and that taught us a lot about policy and also advocacy.
The doors that were opened up to me, it's just, I would have never imagined in a million years. Having gone through the program, I had the opportunity to work with various professors, working with their research. I got to do a national study of my own, learned things I wouldn't have ever imagined possible, went to Congress, sat through a congressional hearing, served on several boards, took several different leadership positions on committees in various organizations. The list goes on, networked with people. I've conducted workshops. I've probably spoken a couple hundred times by now. I think what it's done is it's made me the scholar that I've always wanted to be.
I think the interprofessional collaboration is really wonderful, working with the PhD and the DNP students. Also having the business courses is very beneficial, because we're already expert nurses, but what we need is that leadership that we're getting from the business courses, ethics to help us look at things from different levels. So it's really nice to have courses outside of our nursing comfort zone, really to push the limits and make us better leaders.
Especially how Molloy represents those 4 pillars of our Molloy mission. Really, that's where I came here in the first place, is because I really believe in the mission of Molloy. The study, spirituality, community, and service. I think our doctoral program really encompasses that. And I felt like I've been so fortunate to be amongst these scientists and scholars, and I'm just continuously learning from them.
I feel very blessed that I've had this opportunity, and it's really created such lasting friendships. So it's made me a better nurse.
Through my research, I will be able to bring about a change in the domain that I'm currently practicing in my clinical area, and to make a difference.
I have the confidence in participating in conversations that lead up to change in the community, change in a school setting, change in a hospital setting, and I learned all of that at Molloy College.
I can say Molloy is my second family. Molloy has great resources. I am so happy for the time that I spent here.